Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Epe Gunati. Today we're going to be talking about classes and IDs. Okay, now our previous lesson we talked about div, and then an important point to note was that the div have a naming convention where we have the classes and the IDs. Okay, and what these classes and IDs does is it's try to link up your CSS and your HTML. Alright, so your CSS looked at your HTML and said, okay, I want this name, I want this particular name to have this color, to have this background. Okay, so your CSS locates the name on the div tag and then gives it a particular background, a particular color. All right, likewise the JavaScript. So JavaScript can turn on and turn off the names allocated to your div. All right, so that's the importance of classes and IDs. Okay, now let's look at the two clearly. Okay, we have the class and we have the ID. So the ID is a unique identifier. Okay, is a unique identifier, and then it occurs once in a particular section. So you can have an ID appear once in a section. Okay, so inside the section we can add 2, 3 or more classes. Okay, as many classes as you can. Okay, because classes are actually used to differentiate a tag, a particular tag from another tag. All right, so let's look at our website and then let's try to add some IDs and classes. But first of all, we have what we should do is let's divide the website into 2 sections. Okay, so at the top I want to have a section here. So the tag for section is just a section, and then you close the tag. We have a section and then you close it with a section tag. Okay, now let's cut this. Let's cut this and close it down here. Now I want this section to be here. Okay, I want the section to end here. So I paste here and let's indent this. So we have one section here. Let's indent this. Okay, so this is a section, and then let's have another section. Let's close the tab, then let's cut it and take it down the bottom. Okay, before the closing body tag. So let's go down. And let's add it here. Okay, let's do some indenting here. Okay, and then let me go up. Okay, so at the top, on the first section, let's add our ID here. So like we said, the ID comes once in a particular section. So the ID, the tag for the ID, just ID, and then equal to, and then you put the name that you want to identify the section with. So let's say let's just use stop. You can use stop. Okay, don't forget to wrap the top in a quotation, okay, in a double quotation mark like this. Okay, now on the section here, I think we added okay. Okay, so for this section, let's add an ID. Let's give it top as a name. Okay. And for this div, for this div here, let's give it a class of therapy. So you can add two words, but if you're adding two words, you must use either a slash like this to separate the two words. Okay, because there shouldn't be a space. Alright. But for this one, let's just remove a name and let's remove the name. Let's add therapy. Okay. Okay, so let's go down. This div we can give it contents so that we can style the content separately. So the class of contents. Okay, and then the next section here, let's give it an ID. ID of let's give this on bottom since the other one is top. We have just two sections. We have top and bottom. So when you're styling this with CSS, you know which one to take. Okay. So for this ID, for the class here, we'll give it for this div here, we'll give it a class of definition. Okay, let's go down. For this one, let's say the class should be why it's done. So you add a slash in between them, add a dash in between them, and then let's come down. So the div here, I think I saw a div here. Okay. So the next div here is expected. So the class will be expected or expect. This is expect. Oh, so many errors today. Okay, and then we have I think our last div is this one here. So okay, this is a control. Let's just give this one audio. Class should be audio. Then this is the last div. So the class here should be about. Okay. So now we have our classes and our IDs. Okay. Now let's go up. Another thing we can do here. Now inside this div, as you can see, we have 3 paragraphs. Okay. Now, what if you want to style this paragraph with a different color and a different font, and then also you want to do this one with a different font and a different color? So you can give this paragraph here, the P here, a class. Okay, so class are not only meant for divs. You can give it to a paragraph. You can also give it to a heading. Okay. So here I give it a class of paragraph. So now if you go to CSS, you can style this one using the class name of paragraph, and then for this one you can just style it with the P, okay, without a class. All right, so that is what you can do. So just understand that classes can be given to heading, which are the H1 or H2, H3, H4, or paragraphs, okay. And also you can give it to images, as well as you can give it to videos. Anything that has to do with tag, you can give a class, okay, just to separate, just to, you know, differentiate a particular tag from another tag, so you can style them separately, okay. All right, okay, so this is where we'll end for this lesson, and we've gone ahead to add classes and IDs. So we have two IDs because we have two sections, and then we have several classes, okay, inside the website. So our next lesson is going to be how to create a table, okay. So we're working with table, and in order to make it more spicy, we're going to be creating a calendar, okay. So let's expect the next lesson to drop anytime soon. All right, now don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the video. Okay, see you in the next lesson.